This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Good evening to you here at 7 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starantino. Tonight, homicide detectives are still working to determine who shot and killed a prominent doctor as he tried to defend his loved ones.
Dr. Dean Marr was shot to death last Wednesday in Brownsburg. According to his obituary, the 61-year-old was preparing to host Thanksgiving dinner when armed attackers broke into the home east of Ronald Reagan Parkway and I-74. The obituary says Marr confronted the attackers, sacrificing his life to save others. The Hendricks County Sheriff's Office confirms there was one witness to what happened and more than one suspect. They're asking anyone with information about the crime to share it with investigators.
Now we're taking a live look outside at Monument Circle. There you can see our tower camera. It's a little rainy.
Yeah, but still seeing the circle of lights down there. A beautiful sight for anyone traveling to the center of the city. Let's get the forecast with Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory. A chilly one out there today.
Chilly, little drizzle and mist, but the trend toward warming up over the next several days will be a dry stretch too. Probably our next chance for any widespread rain doesn't come until late in the weekend, and some sunshine will start to peek back in. This is a very narrow ribbon of snow showers or flurries that's been coming off of Lake Michigan through the day. In central Indiana, as we mentioned, maybe a flurry, a raindrop or two, intermittent wipers, I would say, as you're driving around through the evening hours. Temperatures just above the freezing mark. That's central Indiana. That's really the entire state from north to south. Temperatures 34 in Evansville, 36 as you can see in Gary. That wind is out of the northwest, a colder direction, but with the cloud cover in place, will only change a few degrees. That's the way we'll start our day tomorrow. When will we find some sunshine and when temperatures will push close to 50 coming up?
There will soon be a new face behind the lectern in the Indiana House chamber. House Republicans have chosen a new speaker-elect set to replace current Speaker Brian Bosma when he retires next year. The caucus chose Republican Representative Todd Houston of Fishers. He will learn from Bosma over the next few months, then officially take over as Speaker in March with a few days left of the session. Houston was the only Republican to be nominated for the position and was a unanimous choice. To be Speaker for the 2021 session, Houston will still have to win re-election in his district next year.
The season of giving means it's also the season of buying, and local advocates want you to remember the next step despite what they say are drawbacks to the city's recycling system. RTV6's Troy Washington is working for you with this green holiday reminder.
Make sure you have a plan for Christmas morning when the packages and the paper starts to fly.
Allison Mitchell says it doesn't take much.
Take a minute and say, you know, these are valuable commodity materials that create jobs, whereas trash does not create jobs.
She's with the Indiana Recycling Coalition. She says it's all right to shop until you drop for Cyber Monday, Black Friday, and every reason in between. Just don't forget the next step. During the holiday season, people are thinking about what they're buying, not necessarily where it's going once they're done, and that's a problem that needs to be addressed.
People maybe don't have the patience to set recyclables aside and either take them to a drop-off location or put them in that separate bin.
That's one issue, but according to Mitchell, there are multiple reasons recycling isn't doing so well in the city, even when Christmas isn't just around the corner.
Many other communities, recycling and trash are considered part of solid waste and kind of lumped together as one service. And that's not the case here in Indianapolis. So residents have to pay a separate fee to subscribe to recycling services.
Meaning in order to recycle in Indianapolis, people have to pay extra or take whatever they are trying to recycle to a drop-off location, leading to a pretty low recycling rate.
We're about 4% recycling rate here in the city of Indianapolis.
Liz Manasek lives in Fishers, but spends a lot of time in Indianapolis, and she wants the city to get on board with recycling just like other places have.
In bigger cities, there are much more robust and probably in some cases mandated recycling programs that make it required and effortless.
She just hopes this holiday season people will start thinking about the gift that keeps on giving, and that's recycling to reuse. Working for you in downtown, Troy Washington, RTV6.
And the current solid waste contract isn't up until 2024, but the Office of Sustainability is in discussions with the Indiana Recycling Coalition about how universal curbside recycling can be implemented countywide with the new solid waste contracts in 2025.
Many people are taking advantage of Cyber Monday deals to get new appliances.
Yeah, but if you're tempted to sign up for a home warranty to cover those appliances, you might want to think again. Home warranty companies often cover things like air conditioning units, garage doors, appliances, and plumbing. Typically, you pay for a policy up front or pay by month. The Better Business Bureau recommends before you get a home warranty, do your research. Read the contract, including what can be excluded. Oftentimes, the companies weave in many exemptions. Also, check and see what kind of manufacturer or store warranties you may already have on your appliances.
Also, you just really want to weigh how much does that cost me versus if I put that money away myself and kind of had my own fund of emergency fund when something happened, maybe that might be a better way to do it.
If there's an issue over coverage or whether the work has been done improperly, many warranties provide for mediation and arbitration. Sometimes you have to pay a fee for those services.
Well, between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, we will spend roughly $29 billion on shopping online.
Those numbers are only for this year, according to Adobe Analytics. But before you check out with your virtual cart, consumer investigator Kat Reed shares some things to avoid.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
As Kevin McAllister can tell you, crooks don't stop for Christmas. While you're in the hunt for a deal this Cyber Monday, they're on the prowl for your information. We've compiled some quick tips to keep you safe while shopping online.
Make sure that the lock sign is up in the upper corner.
That shows it's a secure site. Tech expert Burton Kelso says you also need to keep an eye on the URL.
Make sure that you check the spelling of the websites that you're visiting so that you don't accidentally go to a hacked website.
You've probably heard of credit card skimming, but did you know it can happen to you online? Hackers hit Macy's website last month.
If you've got your information saved onto a website, there's really no way for you to know if someone's skimming your information.
The solution? Don't save your payment info on a site. If possible, use Google Wallet, PayPal, or Apple Pay. And finally,
one of the big threats that people have to worry about during the holiday season are spam emails or phishing emails.
You get an email from a company you know and trust, like Netflix. This is a real-world example from the Federal Trade Commission. The message says your account is on hold until you update payment details. Look closer, though. It's addressed to Deer, not an actual person. Around the holidays, you may get similar emails or even texts claiming to be from FedEx, UPS, or the U.S. Postal Service. They lure you with alerts about a package that's on its way.
In the hustle and bustle of the holidays, if you're ordering packages online from different online and brick-and-mortar stores, you can get easily confused which package is coming from where.
Don't click on any links. Call the company to verify or log into your account to see what presents are actually en route.
Coming up here, cancer is bad. The effects from chemotherapy can be even worse. Now, hope for future patients. What Purdue and Riley Hospital for Children are working on together to make things better for people with cancer.
Plus, a little bit later in our newscast, holiday trends come and go, but this is one tradition we hope lasts forever. Inside the art of the greeting card, still ahead on RTV6.
6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. See you there.
This is the news at 7 on RTV6. Tonight, a family and a community are mourning the loss of an 8-month-old baby boy who died in a fire.
A father and 2 young children were able to escape the fire at a house in Frankfurt, but neither they nor the fire crews were able to get inside to the 8-month-old boy, Deacon James Hunter Mills. This happened around 10 a.m. in the 1300 block of West Jefferson Street in Frankfurt.
Now, leaders with the fire department say this hit close to home for the first responders, and the city will have counselors on hand for all first responders in this case. The Clayton County Sheriff's Office is collecting donations for the family.
The city of Beech Grove is looking for a new police chief. Chief Mark Schwartz will retire on January 1st. Mayor Dennis Buckley announced Chief Schwartz's retirement today. Schwartz is a 37-year veteran of the department. He was appointed police chief on January 1st, 2012.
And this announcement comes just days after IMPD Chief Brian Roach announced he will also be retiring at the end of the year. Roach has been chief since January of 2017. He has accepted a job outside of the police department and city government. Turning out to honor the life of a fallen K-9 officer, the community came to Culver's today to do just that. Harley was shot and killed in the line of duty during a manhunt on November 13th. Today, Culver's in Fishers is donating half of its sales to the Fishers Police Department as a way to honor the dog and the entire K-9 officer program. They hope to donate a minimum of $5,000 from today's fundraiser. Culver's is open till 10 p.m. just off of I-69 near the Hamilton Town Center exit.
Sometimes the only thing worse than cancer can be the treatments to fight it, but now researchers at Purdue are working to better battle those devastating effects. One of the most common chemotherapy side effects is peripheral neuropathy. It causes damages to nerves that control sensations and movements in the body limbs. Purdue pain researchers and engineers are now working with Riley Hospital for Children to develop ways to better predict which patients will have side effects from chemotherapy drugs and develop therapeutic cures for those effects.
Coming up, while parts of the country are getting so much snow they need help from the National Guard, other parts are feeling the effects on travel. The latest on the major winter storm and ways to pass the time if you are stuck at the airport.
And the temperature trend for us heading up. We're a cool 32 right now. You can see the cold air stretches to the deep south. Talk about when we'll be close to 50 coming up.
Just call Summers. This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
The snow is piling in on the northeast part of the nation as the first day back to work after the long weekend has been cold and wet for millions.
At least 14 states from Tennessee to Maine are under winter weather alerts for snow and ice. More than 20 inches of snow have fallen in Albany, New York. The governor there has declared a state of emergency in 7 counties and deployed 300 National Guard members to assist with snow removal.
And hundreds of flights in and out of the U.S. have been canceled by this evening, along with thousands of delays.
You may be asking what happens if you get stuck from one of those delayed flights from the bad weather.
Okay, so we are learning you might be surprised at all of the amenities you normally rush by at the airport. Travel experts suggest you pass the time by checking out the other terminals. Most are connected by trains or walkways.
You can find things like beer gardens or live entertainment at larger airports. Some also have spas. Getting a massage or pedicure might be just the thing to ease that travel stress.
And if that doesn't work, try retail therapy. Take the extra time to browse the stores. You might even score some duty-free bargains. That was me last night.
I've always been tempted to get a massage at one of those places, but then I feel like I missed my flight. Well, first it was Black Friday, then it was Cyber Monday.
Now the travel industry is getting in on the holiday shopping game with Travel Tuesday.
The idea first came about in 2017, but now sites like Orbitz and Travelocity are on board. You can expect to find some travel-related deals tomorrow on things like airfare, hotel rooms, and cruises.
But you might have to dig to find real bargains. Experts with the site Smart Travel say it's best to look for sales on trips you've already researched so you can judge if prices are really any better. But that sounds like a great gift.
Does this have you thinking about sunny places, warmer places right now?
Warmer places.
Travel Tuesday. How about Relax Wednesday? Just relax.
Relax and sit back.
Hey, Wednesday will be close to one of our better days this week. It might all work out. 44, that's the average high this time of December. At the very beginning, by the end of the month, 36. As we move beyond, talking about snow. Average snowfall just under 7 inches for the month of December. It's January that we have the most on average. 8.6 is the average snowfall there. Okay, we told you about all the travel problems in the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic to Northeast. There's the storm center just off the coast. Snow, New York City on up through Boston. Here are the latest delays, and it does have an impact back even to O'Hare. Delays there about an hour. You can see San Francisco working on 4-hour delays. That's right near cancellation time, I'm sure. As far as you look at central Indiana, the low clouds just above the tall buildings downtown. We've had some drizzle or mist. Temperatures just about the freezing mark. Nothing heavy enough really to show up on the radar. But remember, clouds are just filled with water droplets, and we've had a few of those showing up on the camera here, as you can see, looking on Monument Circle. It is now truly the circle of lights, ready to roll for the holiday season. Temperature trend going up, peaking on Thursday, warmest day this week. That's an important day for RTV6. It's our Six Shines on Toy Drive Collection Day on Monument Circle. Hope to see you there. Should be dry and relatively mild with temperatures, as we mentioned, the warmest of the work week in the middle to upper 40s. Temperatures tomorrow morning in the 20s. We've got cloud cover around. We'll battle the clouds through the day, probably lose the battle. Call it partly to mostly cloudy through the entire day. High temperature just short of 40 degrees in most locations. Wednesday, the wind becomes part of the picture again, gusting over 20 miles per hour. That will start to draw in some warmer air. Will also push the clouds to the east. This just before 7 a.m. Off to the east, the clouds go. The western half of the state gets the sunshine first, but we should all have some sunshine through the afternoon, and temperatures respond. Coolest temperatures retreating to the northeast. You can see the warmer air coming in to the southwest, and as we mentioned, Monument Circle Thursday, hope to see you there. A new unwrapped toy would be very generous of you if you're just in the area and have a couple dollars to spare. That works well too, because we can do some targeted shopping for all those in need. 7-day forecast after Thursday, we cool off. Friday and Saturday are still dry but cooler. As temperatures come back up Sunday and Monday, our rain chances will increase as well.
And a lot of us who do the shopping that you were mentioning, we enjoy that part of it.
Yeah, it is fun.
Pick out everything, so that's great. So yeah, we'll see you then. Thanks, Kevin, for that. So we may be enjoying the digital age, but there's just about something about getting that real-life card in the mail. Isn't that right?
That is right. And this time of the year, as we've seen with all of our Cyber Monday coverage, it's easy to overspend on gifts for your family and friends. But sometimes it's the gift of a handwritten card that can be the best gift of all. Our Annie Taylor visited the world's top greeting card market to learn more about the art of this century-old gift.
I love the feeling of Christmas cards.
Every holiday season, Amy Goodnow remembers her dad by pulling out the cards she once wrote to him.
We were a big card sending family. I had it instilled in me from a very young age to write thank you notes for everything.
Now that she has a daughter of her own, every Christmas they've made it a tradition to send greeting cards to friends and family.
It says I love you, have a good week, thinking about you.
They're not alone. 1.2 billion cards are sent every holiday season.
Greeting cards actually date back hundreds of years. It was popularized under Queen Victoria during her reign in the 1830s.
Samantha Bradbeer is the keeper of the vault at Hallmark. Cards from every decade live in this temperature-controlled room. Fast forward to card making today, the process starts here.
Some unfriendly little Christmas mice nibbled their way through the stockings.
Nostalgia, we might say, let's write some cards based on nostalgia and being kids at Christmas and the wonder and the magic.
Kat Stano, Hallmark's senior writer, says sincerity is key and remembering that everyone's Christmas is different.
You want it to be honest, but it's just thinking about people's current life situations and what they're going through.
Writing cards of encouragement, thinking of you, and Merry Christmas. Each year producing 2,000 unique holiday greeting cards.
There's a lot of detail that goes into the kind of work that I like to do. There's always some memory that can come up and help me to kind of guide me into what kind of composition and what I want to communicate.
A classic American Christmas. That's what Jeff Greenleaf, one of Hallmark's most famous artists, creates with each card he paints.
I grew up in Massachusetts specifically. I love the winter. I love being out in it, and I love the holiday season. I just thought it was just a beautiful time of year.
His paintings begin with intricate sketches.
The way you can draw people in with a road or going home. I mean, there's a lot of emotion around that.
Jeff's art has been so well received, it became the inspiration behind Hallmark's Christmas movie, Evergreen.
Experience a magical movie inspired by Hallmark artist Jeff Greenleaf.
This is what Christmas is supposed to look like.
This holiday season, if you're looking for a gift that's a lasting memory, Amy suggests giving a handwritten card. It might be the best way to show someone you care. I'm Annie Taylor reporting.
Still ahead here, a major construction project now pushed back, the start of a new thing on the red line, and a final check of your forecast. That's next right here on RTV6.
Or visit affordabledentures.com.
This is the news on RTV6. Construction on a key street that moves traffic through downtown Indianapolis. The project has been delayed.
Illinois Street is still open downtown between McCarty and South Streets. We learned today the closure will begin next Monday, December 9th. Work will be done to complete construction work on the lower Pogues Run Tunnel, which is part of the Dig Indy Tunnel system. A Citizens Energy official said the work is being pushed back a week, so it would not conflict with this weekend's Big Ten football championship game at Lucas Oil Stadium. Once work begins, the closure is expected to last until July. high.
Indigo is now charging fares to ride the Red Line after giving the city a few free months. Here's a rundown of how much it'll cost you. A 2-hour pass costs $1.75. A full-day pass is $4. And if you have a Medicare card, a valid K-12 student ID or Indigo half-fare ID card, you can get those passes for half price.
And we've got a call to action for you right now while you're out shopping for the holidays. We hope you will consider donating to the Six Shines on Toy Drive. Our collection on Monument Circle is this Thursday from 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. You can also drop off toys at several locations, including participating Applebee's and stores. For a full list, go to theindychannel.com and click on the Six Shines on Toy Drive link.
And as Kevin mentioned earlier, you can bring cash too, or a check.
And we'll be able to shop strategically with that.
That's my favorite part of all of it. So the cash donations are definitely helpful too.
We stretched the dollar. Okay, we talked about Hallmark cards earlier. This looks like a card to me.
Look at that.
Diva.
Diva is her name. There's a lot going on in that picture. Beauty is a big part of it. You're beautiful, Diva. Temperatures lower 30s thanks to Tamika for sending in the picture. Tomorrow still cloudy and maybe 40 degrees.
We love seeing those.
I love the tutu. So cute. Well, thanks for joining us.
We'll see you back here tonight at 11. Have a good evening.